Hey folks, it's Rachel, aka theJunieBird, and I wanted to give a little bit of a life update. The last time I did this was in September, right around my birthday, and a lot of things have changed since then, some of which are like super obvious and you already know about, some of which are probably going to be brand new information. So let's go. Oh, and I'm also going to talk about NerdCon Nerdfightaria, which I will be attending in Boston this next weekend. So let's get started. The biggest and most obvious change is that I have an apartment now. And that has been wonderful. I moved into a one-bedroom space by myself, and I'm making it work. I don't have to worry about my day-to-day living situation, and that is absolutely wonderful because that was really stressful, and I would much rather not have to do that. So I want to do a apartment tour, potentially like room by room apartment tour, but there are definitely some things that are still not like set in my apartment. So I'm still trying to figure out how to do that, slash if I want to be doing that yet or if I want to wait a little while longer. But if that's something you're interested in, please let me know down below and I will try and make it more of a priority. Yeah. The other thing that was very true the last time I made a life update video is that I was unemployed. And that still feels like it's true a lot of the time, but there have definitely been some developments. I'm not sure how much I'm allowed to say or I'm supposed to say. I don't think it really makes a huge difference, but because I haven't like talked to the manager on this gig, I'm just gonna be a little bit vague. Through a contact in my choir, I got connected to the location manager for we'll just call it a network sitcom. I won't say which one. And I'm what's called a site rep. So whenever they're at that location, they call me and I'm there to make sure that the homeowners are comfortable with the crew setting up and filming in their house if they're filming inside, or filming in the neighborhood if they're doing exterior stuff. So the only thing about it that I wish was a little bit different is that it is kind of far away from my apartment. It's also somewhat sporadic because they're at the location when they need to be and when the story calls for it. So sometimes they're just not, and that's totally fine. That's just the nature of production. It has been really great to be working on a part-time basis, I guess, and I've also been able to pick up some other smaller gigs, some of which are paid, some of which are unpaid. I'm hoping that the unpaid ones will lead to more contacts and connections for paid jobs down the line, and some of the paid work is production related, some of it is completely unrelated to production and to really anything. And that's totally fine, and I'm really happy to be working on anything, to be honest. So that's been really great. I would still love to have more financial stability, but I think that I'm in a really good place right now to be moving in that direction, and that's really exciting. In general, I have been really connected to my community, both like community of friends and people that I used to work with, but also my community with my church, and I could not be happier about that. I know that church isn't really everybody's bag, and that's totally fine and understandable, but it's been a huge comfort to me to be a part of a community that I know supports me and to be a part of a community that I can in turn support and help the people around me. So, A+. So the other kind of life updatey thing that I just wanted to say, and I have no idea where it's going, so I don't even know why I'm going to mention it, but I have been taking guitar lessons from a friend of mine, which has been really exciting. In fact, another friend of ours just had an extra guitar, and she gave it to me, which was surprising and wonderful, and I'm just so glad that I have people in my life who are willing to just give me a guitar that they're not using, and that's crazy and amazing, and I'm so glad. So, and I almost feel like this could be its own video, but I do want to say that like the last time I made a life update video, and I just watched that right before I started filming this so that I would remember where I was at the last time I just like talked with you guys about my life. And I was in a really rough spot like that day. And in a lot of ways, I still feel like I'm there. There's a lot of really great things that I just talked about. Like, there's a lot of things that are wonderful and fantastic that have happened in the past couple of months. But there's also a lot of things that have happened in the past couple of months that are not great, that I don't really want to talk about or think about. And some of them I have talked about on this channel a little bit. Some of them I haven't. I don't want my wanting things to have worked out differently to spoil the things that did work out really well and are continuing to work out really well. So it's a really weird balance, and that's also something that I might make a video about in the next couple of weeks, because I'm in a really good place right now, but I'm also like really aware of the ways that I'm not in a great place. And those are much less obvious. I don't want the not great parts to overshadow the wonderful things that have happened, but I also don't want all these wonderful things to crowd out the things that I'm not super happy about, because those things are important too, and just because they're not great doesn't mean that I don't want to talk about them and deal with them. Closing that bit of life update and serious contemplation stuff, let's talk about NerdCon. NerdCon, Nerdfightaria specifically, which is held in Boston this coming weekend. I think there are still tickets available. I don't want to say that and be wrong. Saturday and Sunday, the 25th and 26th in Boston, and I'm going to be going. I'm staying with my sister, which is going to be pretty cool. I haven't seen her in a couple months, and I'm just in general really excited to be seeing so many friends and so many people that I know are also going to be going to NerdCon. The other day I was looking at the agenda. I wrote down a couple of things that I'm interested in seeing while I'm there and doing while I'm there. I don't even know how to like describe the world and the things that I want. Also, after NerdCon, Nerdfightaria in Boston, I'm going to be stopping in Chicago along the way. So I'm gonna spend a week in Chicago catching up with some old friends, hopefully, and spending some time with the family that I have there in Chicago. And I'm so excited for that. It's just gonna be a really great trip. I'm excited to see so many people that are gonna be on it, and I'm also excited to see like what kind of video and stuff I wind up making from it or through it. So that's cool and exciting. I have no idea what the deal is gonna be. But I'm looking forward to finding out and getting to know what's gonna happen. Twitter is probably the best way to communicate with me if you want to get in touch with me in the next week or so. I do have notifications, like push notifications, turned on for direct messaging if that's something that you want to do to try and get in touch with me. Yeah, so that's pretty much the end of this video. If you are still with me, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed already. I'll be back next week with some other non-life updatey videos. Speaking of, if there's anything that you would like me to make a video about, whether that's something that I mentioned in this video that you want more information about, or if it's something that I didn't mention that you think I should have mentioned, please let me know. I would love to make videos that I know you guys are interested in seeing. And yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I hope you get a chance to do something that you love today. Bye guys.